The See Jane Go TV podcast, episode 3. It's Jane.
And it's JV.
And it's time for episode 3.
Yes. So as you can see, well, on the visual version, we have 2 microphones now.
As you can see.
Yeah. Well, I jury rigged. What is it?
I don't know.
I jury rigged some kind of. I have to get some programs and figure it out, but we're still trying to get the audio down. It might be
getting better.
Yeah, this is a bit better. It might be still a little wonky, but this is a learning experience. We have 2 mics. Jane has her own. I have mine.
I'm hugging my mic.
We have what are they called?
It's cold.
Those things that cover it that make the sound a little better. I forget what it's called right now.
Professional, you know the names of everything.
When the camera's on, I forget everything. Yeah, so it should sound a little bit better. Jane, we have a unique situation right now because my voice picks up on my microphone, but for some reason when Jane talks, her voice is in such a weird high pitch that it picks up on
what? What did you say?
High pitch.
Oh, you said weird first.
No, it's just really high pitch and unique. It picks up on my microphone, so you might be hearing a little bit of echo, but
you get to hear my voice twice. I mean, what could be bad about that?
Yeah. So the way we're doing it right now is we're kind of like picking topics and going down rabbit holes, just talking about different things we think of or we see in the comments. You guys can actually leave.
Or in the live stream, we've been asked questions too. We thought about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We encourage you guys to leave in the comments stuff you want to know about us, questions, topics you want us to talk about. And look who it is.
Look who loves the podcast. Hi, baby BMO.
She comes to
every
just
podcast.
Knock everything over.
Yeah. She's probably like, why isn't the mic in the middle? What's going on? Guys.
Yeah.
Martino.
Okay, so
it is podcast number 3. And JV, why is 3 a special number to us?
Oh, because both of our birthdays are on the 3rd.
Yeah.
Which is friggin' awesome. Yeah. So yours just passed pretty much.
Yeah. Mine is April 3rd.
Yeah.
Justin is December 3rd. And then BMO is the 26th, which is 3 plus 3 for the last number.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, some of you guys.
She's December 26th. She's Boxing Day cat.
Some of you guys saw the live stream with Jane's birthday. That was pretty cool and unique. Like we never done a birthday stream before.
No, we had a birthday stream for you, but it wasn't quite the same.
No, because I did all this cool stuff for you.
It was really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I realized like we can always go back
and
watch that birthday stream. Like I brought out all these surprises for it. If you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend
really nice.
You check it out. It's like Jane's birthday live stream. You can look it up on our video section. What was I gonna say? Shoot. I just had
Was it something about how great BMO is?
No. Oh yeah. Okay. So if you guys are watching the visual version, I highly recommend on YouTube. I highly recommend you listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jane is super distracted. Whenever BMO comes, she just
That's untrue.
forgets that we're in a podcast.
Look how pretty she looks.
I know, but
she's so shiny. Guys, today my mom got horrible news.
Hold on, I'm trying to get them to go to the app.
Okay, well you do that, and then I'll tell them about the horrible news. Okay, they have to wait until your announcement.
Okay, yes, I'm trying to plug stuff. Okay, so if you're watching it on YouTube, highly recommend you go to your iTunes or any Android device, download the podcast app, or on iTunes you can just search CJ Go TV. Subscribe to us over there. It really helps us out. The audio version is like you can listen to it while you're driving to work, while you're cleaning your house,
while you're taking a shower.
Is that what it sounded like you were gonna say something else?
No.
With a shit.
No. Like a poopsie.
Yeah.
No.
It sounded like you were gonna say that. So yeah, it's
just because you listen to podcasts and you're doing a poopsie doesn't mean that everybody does.
If that's a little bit,
that's always my cue, guys.
Yeah, if you guys,
podcast turns on, I'm like, steer clear of the second
floor.
Oh
my gosh, Jane. It's too much. TMI. So if you have a SoundCloud account, there is a link in the description on the YouTube video. Just scroll down, click the link, and it goes to our SoundCloud. Follow us there, and you can download the episode, listen to it on your phone, whenever you want. Like, because the video version, you have to kind of sit there and watch it. Yeah. And then if you go somewhere else on your phone, it closes the sound. Video, yeah. So if you have SoundCloud, you can just listen to it and do other stuff on your phone, which is pretty cool. So I highly recommend that.
Should I tell them the news that my mom got, the horrible, terrible news?
Okay, tell them.
So my mom, she went to the doctor today and she had some tests done. And they were allergy tests. She found out she's allergic to cats.
Highly allergic.
Highly allergic. Like, she broke out really heavy.
You made it seem like it was going to be a lot worse than that.
That is the worst. Like, if I was ever told that I was allergic to cats...
You made it seem like she was sick or something.
I couldn't live.
You're like, she got some very bad news.
Yes. Like, I would live... Like, if I didn't have you, I would have 6 or 7 cats.
Really?
Yeah.
That's too much.
No.
You just need one.
Imagine they would all sleep around me and we would snuggle.
Oh,
and they would purr.
You'd be a cat lady. You'd be for sure a cat lady.
You. She's gonna bite me.
Yeah, she's in bite mode.
Yeah, she has bite face on.
Okay, let's get to the first topic.
That was horrible news, though. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. So who wants to go first? You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. I think that this is fitting based on the news that my mom got. What was your first pet? And then follow up. Like, first pet, even if you don't remember them.
I kind of my
Like, you came out of the womb, and then
first
what
pet.
was the first pet?
It was this like orange cat, like this really wild orange cat. I remember when I was like a really little kid, and it was so untrained and it was vicious. It would scratch me and just wild cat. But we had mice, so I think that's why my parents got it. But again, they're from Jamaica and they just like
treated it poorly.
Well, yeah, and it's just like it's here to kill the mice. That's it.
That's what the cat was for.
Yeah, we're not gonna
to take care of the rodent problem.
Exactly. We're not gonna like pet it. We're not gonna treat it nice. It's just like it's here for a job, and then it goes outside, and like so it was like this pretty much a wild cat living in my house. So that was my first experience.
Name?
I have no idea. I don't remember its name. I should ask.
Yeah.
But it was just so wild, and it would scratch me all the time. It's just terrible memories of a cat. Yeah, like this orange. I remember this orange wild cat.
And what age do you remember being?
Man, I don't know. Around 4, maybe.
4?
Yeah, really early.
Wow.
It was a terrible cat, but it would always kill the mice in the basement, and then it would like play with them, and throw them around and like present them to us and stuff. Really gross.
It's like when BMO eats flies and throws them up, so I clean it up.
What about you? What was your first pet?
First pet. So, came out of the womb, untimely ripped. I was a C-section. That's a Shakespearean reference, by the way. Untimely ripped means you didn't come out when you were supposed to.
Not aware.
The doctor took. It's fine.
Not aware.
Anyway, so I came out, and then we had a dog, and the dog's name was Brandy, and it was a beagle mix, like a whole bunch of things. So, beagles have really short legs. So, Brandy was really an older dog. I actually don't know how old when I was born. And my mom said she felt like she was my mom, like Brandy did.
Right.
So as I was getting bigger, she passed away when I was 2. But I would be laying on the floor, and she would come lay next to me, and I would grab onto her hair, with my tight little baby fists. And then she would get up and go for walks, and I'd be on her back.
Why, really?
Yeah.
It's like Rugrats.
I'd be riding her. Yeah, but
when they used to ride their
she had
dog
short legs,
night?
so if I fell off, it didn't hurt.
Yeah, wow, that's pretty cool. That actually really happened in real life. You remember Rugrats, that TV show?
I do remember. I never really watched.
I think Tommy used to ride the dog.
Yeah, I would latch onto Brandy's hair as hard as I could, and Brandy would take me around. And we had carpet, so it was okay. It was safe.
Wow.
But she took care of me, and there's so many pictures of Brandy and I, and I'm just like a little baby, and my mom's trying to get me to look at the camera, and I'm just staring at Brandy. I was totally.
I remember your dad talking about Brandy. He would never. I think he was really hurt by the death, because he always was like, "I'm never gonna get another pet because I don't want to deal with the."
Yeah.
First, he makes it seem like he doesn't want to deal with another pet, but I think it's because. He was hurt.
It was so hard for him.
Yeah.
He wouldn't go when my mom put Brandy down. Sorry, my dad didn't go to the vet.
Oh yeah.
When Brandy died, but my dad was a police officer, and this is this is forever ago. But my mom was alone a lot, and so he bought Brandy so my mom wouldn't be scared to be alone, because this is his guard dog. And then Brandy turned out to be such a wuss. She would, if she heard a noise, she would jump on the bed and go under the covers and go, woo, woo, under the covers by my mom's feet. So, like, give away their location and everything.
Gosh.
And my mom would be like, damn it, Brandy, damn it. And she'd have to, like, go downstairs and check what the noise was.
You know,
Yeah. It was great.
You know when you said you used to hold on to Brandy's fur hair, and like I would, and then for some reason I thought of like dangerous things I did as a kid.
Yeah.
So one of the like stupid dangerous things I used to do as a kid for fun, I used to go to the top of the stairs and like curl up into a ball and roll down the stairs.
Oh my gosh.
I think it was carpet, but still, like.
How are you alive?
I don't know. That was.
All these stories.
Can you imagine coming home and like your kid is like rolling down the stairs like a ball?
I would think that their neck would break or something.
No, but it was like a tight ball I would get into and like roll down.
Why?
I don't know.
You're so haunted. Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, some of the stories you tell, I'm just like.
Did you ever do the thing with the mattress in the bed? Like you get a mattress and slide down the stairs?
Are you asking me like as a child?
Yeah, not like yesterday.
Not as a child.
What, you did it as a adult, like in university or something?
Yeah.
Oh.
So in
I did it as a
university,
kid.
We had to come back early because we had training camp. We were going to California, and we came back a few days early. And it was a new residence, and for whatever reason, they had left the maintenance key in the elevator over the break, and there was only track people there. So we took the elevator to the basement, and there were all these mattresses.
Old mattresses?
No, brand new. It was a brand new building.
Oh.
So we lined the stairs with mattresses, and then we got in our rollerblades. What? Yeah, we were rollerblading down the mattresses.
What?
And then we put it was like cement walls, but we had mattress there, and we'd smash into the mattress, and then you'd go down the next level, and it was like all on our rollerblades.
That is super dangerous.
I know. We could have broken like our ankles. We could have broken our spines.
Was it just like a small stairs? And
it was
or
like,
just like a bunch of
like a condo style.
Oh, okay. So you kind of go.
So
like
yeah,
that.
so like it's like that, and then there's a down in the flat part, and then down in the flat part. Yeah, we kept
so it wasn't that far down. No, but still, that's pretty stupid.
And here's worse: there was no alcohol involved. Like we were in our right minds. Yeah. But just like idiots.
Yeah. So me and my friends would do as a kid. I'm talking like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
We get like a.
I was in university.
I know. We get like what are the smallest mats? Like a single or double or single, whatever it was.
Yeah, twin.
If someone had one, usually the parents would be gone.
Do you have a mattress?
Yeah, a mattress.
Yeah,
so we would bring whoever's mattress, we just take it out of their room and go to the top of the stairs, and then like we'd get on. Yeah, we'd ride down the stairs like a toboggan. It was super fun. It wasn't that dangerous.
So
it was really fun.
Something else that we did in university that wasn't mattresses was at the boys' house, the cross country boys' house. This is like Dave and Brandon and these guys, like just these guys that I knew. They had a big box, like someone had got something and they got a box. And there was like 2 of them or 3 of them. They got in the box and they lined it with pillows. And then they duct taped a pillow to their head, like each of them. And then they rode the box down the stairs. And they were like 4th year university. They were the end. And when they boxed, like it's all on film and like not videotaped. Like we're talking people were snapping pictures with their camera that you had to go and develop the pictures. And when it hit the bottom, the box tore open.
Yeah, I knew it. I was gonna say, didn't the box like get torn up on the way down?
Like, I couldn't for years. I couldn't look at the pictures without crying, laughing.
Damn, you don't know where they are. Eh? They're gone forever. Yeah.
No. I do know where they are, but I'll never get them back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it kind of went a little off topic there.
It might possibly be in the garage because remember my parents dropped off.
That big box.
Yeah, if they're there, like, we gotta look at those.
Yeah.
There's so many times from university that I look back and I'm like, what? Like, how can allegedly intelligent people be so stupid? Like,
yeah, I did a lot. Man, you think you did stupid stuff? I did so much stupid stuff. I have that's nothing. Like I have way more, but we'll get to those organically.
Yeah.
Let's think. What else is there? Okay, I was gonna ask you a question about I know a lot of people growing up kind of you hear of people being like not ready for parenthood.
Yeah.
And like being scared and like people say like no, I don't think anyone's ever ready. But
Yeah,
like
we just saw that on Teen Mom.
yeah, we saw that on
Shout
Teen
out to
Mom.
Teen Mom.
She got me hooked on it. It's
Yeah.
it's so stupid, but I can't stop. And it's just like when it's on and I'm like doing the dishes or something, I'm just like, oh, it's so dumb. And then I'll sit down and then I'm like, I can't. That's it.
You watch it for like 45 minutes.
Because okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
but
I'm hooked.
we kind of have like
Mom
when,
OG.
when we talk to each other, we're like. We think that we're so ready for it. We're like, man, we're so ready. We know what we're doing. We're going to do this, that. But I kind of have a feeling like we might get like blindsided and be like really not ready.
Butts kicked.
Yeah. Because I think we're ready because we have so many more advantages than our parents.
Yeah.
Like we have like, if there's a problem, we could look it up. We could instantly go on like on Google, look it up, and go on YouTube, look it up. We can email our doctors and find out.
Yeah.
But back then, they kind of like, they didn't know. They had to walk to the library and do research or like ask a friend of a friend, you know, both of our parents are immigrants. So like, we have like such a big advantage. But at the same time, I'm like, what if
we're not ready?
We're not ready. Because as you said the other day, each kid is going to have their own personality. You can only teach them so much. Like what if she's a jerk?
I love you, sweetheart. If you're watching this,
I really hope
Daddy had said that.
I hope she's not, because you know how like some pets, like if you can get like a cat that's a really nice cat and you get a cat that's like a jerk.
Like BMO, like 80%, like 65% time is amazing.
Yeah, to us.
To us.
Like when no one's here, to us she's like the best.
Like and to me, I'd say 80% of the time she's amazing.
Yeah. For me too. Like when.
Yeah.
And then, but as soon as someone else walks in that door, she'll like hiss at them. She'll like swat them. Like she's a complete jerk.
And then people can't believe that she's this beautiful thing that we talk about.
Yeah.
And that we love so much. Like, how can you even like her?
Well, yeah, I'm kind of afraid. Like we can train her to be or teach her to be like this, like a nice person and a good little girl. But what if she's just like not?
Like, I mean, she could be a sociopath. Like we know that exists.
Yeah.
And like, no matter how hard your parents try, sometimes they can raise a person that's crazy. Like that's a wrong word. Sometimes they can raise up. Hi, baby. I was telling Daddy how much I love you and how nice you are to everybody. Sorry,
we weren't just talking smack about you.
Yeah. But sometimes your parents can raise, or parents can raise a child and they turn out to be a sociopath, and there's nothing that the parents can do. Like there's nothing they could have changed. Like that's the chemical reaction that happened in that kid's brain. And man.
Yeah, it's like I'm excited and I'm like super scared at the same time, because like how long are they just like a little? Remember that baby we saw today?
Yeah, that baby loved us. We were in the OB's office.
Yeah, OBG. What is it? YN. So like every 2 weeks she has to.
Obstetrician gynecologist.
Jane has to get checkups every 2 weeks. Now it's every week.
Yeah.
We're coming up on the end, like 6 weeks left.
And I've been having some trouble, so now it's every week, even though it's not supposed to be yet.
Yeah. So you know, like how long does it take until they're like a person? Like, because
Do you think that little girl we saw today was a person?
Yeah, I think around that time.
I think she was about 6 months old.
You think 6? I thought it was 8. But like at first they're just like a little burrito that doesn't do anything, you know?
They
like
don't even smile till about 3 months.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to when she's like turning into like.
Yeah, we teach her to give her dabs like, good night, baby girl.
No, I don't want to teach her stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
It'll be funny, but then she's gonna like a lot of people do that. They teach their baby to like do things like that, like
yeah.
But daps and like high-fiving is one thing, but middle finger and like swearing and stuff.
I don't even like to swear now.
I know, but we've seen those kids that do that.
Yeah.
I just think it's so terrible.
Yeah.
Like I guess it's funny to some people.
I don't think it's funny to see a child swearing. I don't think it's funny to see teenagers swearing.
No, it's not funny to me,
it's funny seeing adults swearing.
But for some, I've seen other people like, look what my kid can do, like swear, give the finger or something, and then they all laugh.
Chug this beer, ha ha ha. Like, What?
Chug a beer?
Yeah.
A kid?
Yep.
No.
I've seen an 8-year-old chug a beer. Not a whole beer, but like chug some
On
beer.
the internet, like a video.
No, this is when I was growing up. This dad.
What?
Yeah, she's like, oh, look, this girl. We were going to camp together, and she's like, oh, my daddy always gives my sister beer, and he's like, yeah, watch this. Here, chug this, and she like, there's like this much left, and she just chugs it, and she's like big burp after, and he's like,
8-year-old?
yeah, she was like 8 or 9
What
years
the
old.
heck?
And I'm just there, and I think I was 12, and I remember thinking like, okay.
Yeah, that's
and
not
I was
good.
12.
That's not good at all, man.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
So none of that.
What do you think of? Man, this is kind of. I gotta phrase this right. People that are like on the fence about having kids. Like, cause a lot of people are pressured by their parents constantly. Like, when are you gonna have a kid? Like, for me, my parents, my dad especially.
Your dad was
always
terrible
like
with that.
asking
Like,
and
yeah,
pressuring.
We were dating for 4 months, and he was asking why I wasn't pregnant.
Yeah. So like,
yeah, that was years ago, but still.
Like, what do you say to someone that needs advice on that?
Like, that needs advice on not giving into the pressure.
Yeah, and just.
So, like, you kind of know when you're ready, and you
or if
don't,
you ever.
or if you're ever ready, and if you don't want to put yourself in that situation, then you have to be careful not to make that happen. But I don't know. I just I think that nobody should become a parent if they don't really want to be a parent.
Yeah.
Because I've seen firsthand, like, I've seen a parent that doesn't want their kid.
But at the same time,
the kid hates them.
At the same time, like 90% chance we were accidents.
I was, for sure.
Yeah, I think I was too.
My parents like to say that I was a surprise.
Yeah,
but they were probably like, you can have an accident and then still want to be the parent of that child.
True,
but if
true.
you like, if you really
if you're planning
don't
on
wanna
not
be a
having,
parent,
you're
or
not
if you're doing it for
kids.
social status, like, that's ridiculous.
Or you're lonely or something, and you want a
don't do
friend.
that. No.
Like, there's always, maybe, yeah.
Like, you think
know.
of, remember we watched Gilmore Girls, and remember, like, Lorelai was 16 years old when she had Rory, but she was okay with becoming a mom.
Yeah. There's
she
different,
was ready, you know?
different circumstances.
And then
it's kind of hard.
Yeah, and then you have other people who have kids at like 25.
Yeah.
And they're still like, I haven't lived yet. I haven't, I still want to make mistakes and go do stuff. And it's like, well, our lives are going to change. They're going to become all about this little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if we weren't ready for that to happen, if we weren't ready to give up our individual lives to make this family our life, then I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay,
you can't
so
let the pressure of
there's
your
a huge
family.
there's a huge problem with that, because, and I'm gonna, people
You're
might not like
devil's
this,
advocate?
but like a lot of people that are intelligent and rational and think about things a lot and analyze and plan for the future, those type of people aren't having kids.
Yeah. What do you say? We're having a kid right now.
I know, but like it's more and more that the people like on Teen Mom are having kids, like the complete idiots. Like, a lot of idiots are having kids, and then the smart people that are like,
Macy's smart, the redhead one.
I guess.
She has her own business.
Yes. Okay, not all. I'm just saying, like, majority, like, when you get into this, like, thinking about it and planning and, like, what are you going to do in the future? And then sometimes that happens, and then the couple gets too old and they can't have kids. Or there was a movie about this. I forget what it was called. Guys, if you know, let me know in the description. Where, like, they do this whole breakdown of just, like, too many idiots are having kids, and the smart people don't have kids because
they talk themselves out of it.
Or they're analyzing it too much, or they're waiting till they're exactly ready financially and stuff to like support the kid. But in the meantime, like, idiots are just like having kids and they just wing it, and so I don't know where I was going with that, but
no, I can understand what you're saying. Like, we we knew we wanted to have a kid.
Yeah, we were for sure ready.
Yeah.
And what's the threshold for like what would you say is like if you're smart enough to have a kid? I think if you're presented with a problem and you can look it up and figure out that problem, then you pass. Yeah, then you be a parent. But if you're presented with a problem and you're just like, I don't know what to do,
and then I'm out of here. I don't know what
yeah,
to do.
yeah,
Freak out and leave.
Then
like
I don't think
that guy.
okay.
So the young and pregnant, the guy that's addicted to gaming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and she was like, you know what, like, why are you being like this? And he's like, because I put in my 2 weeks at work. Because I'm going to be a stay-at-home dad and you're going to go to work. And she's like, but the doctor hasn't cleared me to go back to work.
Oh,
and
no.
Like, oh, my God.
Wasn't it just like a few days after the pregnancy?
No, it was like less than 2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks.
After she gave birth.
And with no discussion.
He quit it. He put in his 2 weeks at work. And he decided that because she was complaining too much about being at home, she was complaining too much about taking care of the baby, that he was going to stay home and she had to go work for them.
He's just going to play video games all day.
Yeah.
All right,
it's like, you don't even have breasts, dude. Like,
oh, yeah. How do you gonna...
Yeah, I guess they're going to switch to formula.
All right. So, do you have any other questions? I got some more, but
it's my turn, buddo. Okay. I want to talk about, because we've talked about a lot about our little girl. I want to talk about being married.
Okay.
So, we got married August 19th, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been married 8 months. Now, in your head, like your whole life, what you believed marriage was, and what you've experienced in the last 8 months, and your expectation even before we got married, has it been the same?
Okay, so growing up as a teenager,
yeah,
I came from a broken home, right? My parents are divorced. Saw some pretty messed up stuff with, like, I can get into like my whole dad and like the stories with him, but so my perception of marriage wasn't the best, right? I think they divorced when I was like 16. And so growing up,
that's later than I thought. I thought they divorced a lot earlier.
No, later in life for me.
But
they were like, it wasn't good. It wasn't good for a while. So I always thought that marriage I never really thought about marriage, like I guess as a guy too. It doesn't really cross your mind too much, but when it would come up, I just kind of like, I guess, or if she wanted to. That was my attitude. If she wanted to, or like, I guess. Or my biggest thing later on was I'd rather put the money for the wedding into a house. Mm-hmm. But I never thought that you could, like, I don't know, I was stupid. I never thought you can do a small wedding. Like, just have a small wedding. So I thought no, like I'd rather put it into a house and then one day party. That was my thing. But it doesn't have to cost $40,000. Like, it doesn't have to. You can have a smaller wedding and then still put money towards something, an investment or something. Yeah. But when I met you, it like everything changed, because it's like when you meet the right person and you just, it's like the next step. I don't know. It's just like you become, it's more than just like having a girlfriend. Like when you get married, it's like your partner, like you're just like you're one thing kind of. Yeah. And you're a team. Yeah, you're like this super bonded team. Because like you can have a best friend and stuff, but like the best friend can go away. Yeah. But your wife or your husband is just like this team, and that always has each other's back, and it's this bond, and it's crazy. Yeah. I didn't think this would happen. Like, talk to me 7 years ago, I'd be like, no way. But it's completely different when you get married. It's just, yeah. And
what you thought about it even before we got married, is it different from what you thought it would be like?
It is different, yeah. It's I thought, I kind of had this funny attitude of when because we lived together already. We lived in 2 different places together, and then I thought when we get married, we'd come home and do the same thing and be the same. But it's a different thing. It's kind of hard to explain, but a different feeling. It's a commitment, and it's like, this whole team thing.
It does. I gotta say, you kind of touched on it there. It does feel different. Like, it doesn't feel like when we were engaged or when we were dating.
Yeah.
When I get home, I don't know. It's a strange partnership. And you don't have to worry about things. Like, when I got sick at work and I called you, I knew you were gonna come.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh God, I hope Justin can come get me. It wasn't that. It was, you gotta come get me, and you're like, I'm on my way.
Yeah, for sure.
And from what I thought marriage was gonna be, like, I've seen, God, my parents have been married, 40 something years? I don't even know. But they're a funny couple. Like, they don't talk about things sometimes, or like they're like typical Irish couple, you know? And they don't, like, they'll get into fights and then they won't speak for days on end. And we don't really do that.
Yeah, we usually talk about everything. Like, everything's open, everything is on the table. If we have a problem, we'll voice our opinion.
Yeah.
But we barely have issues. And the issues we do have, when you really think about it, is just like,
petty.
Yeah, it's not really that big a deal. Like, we don't really yell at each other.
No.
We never like it's never, especially recently, like not recent, like in the past 2 years or something.
Yeah.
It's been just like really good. But like, that's the thing. If you're with the right person, you'll just know.
Yeah.
Like, this is the person that I want to be. And we also work together now. Yeah. Something that's like, that has brought us closer together. Like, this whole YouTube business has
absolutely
brought us closer too, because not only at first I had a separate job. Jane had her job, but she still works as a high school teacher. I fortunately put
your whole soul
my
into
whole
this.
soul into this, and built it up to what it is now. But us working together, it's a whole different level too.
Different ball game.
Yeah. And sometimes you see, remember that episode of The Office when Robert California's wife wanted to work with him?
Yeah, and he was like, under no circumstances are you allowed to hire her. Yeah.
And then Jim said something to him like, why wouldn't you want your wife to work here? And then that's what made him realize we shouldn't be together.
Oh, that was awful. Yeah, because Jim said, my wife works 5 feet away from me, and I wouldn't change anything about it. I love it.
Yeah.
You know, and she's on maternity leave right now, and I wish that she were here.
Yeah, he said all that.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, that's special. And that is how I feel about you. I don't like for us to be apart. Don't laugh at me.
I know you're laughing because sometimes like you can be a lot, and I need a little bit of space. And I do this thing where she'll be talking, and then I'm just like silent, and I'll move my hand up to her mouth and close her mouth
with his fingers.
With my 2 fingers, like really soft, like. But it's just when she just keeps.
Because sometimes I can't stop because there's so much that happens in my head, and I have to get it out. And I'm just like nonstop.
I was just driving or something. I'm just completely
and then
quiet.
He reaches over and it's just like, doop. And I'm like, But I get it. But so marriage for me, there was a time in my life where I wasn't sure if I ever wanted to get married.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. I didn't know if that's what I wanted. And then.
You traveled a lot before, right?
I did. Mm-hmm. I loved traveling. It was great. And then I met you, and I tried to keep traveling. And then we got BMO. And
then when you would leave, you would feel like you would miss them so much.
Yeah, I would be on, what is that thing called? Skype. Sobbing because I missed you guys, and you're like, you've only been gone for 20 hours, and I'm like, I want to come home. And then that was the end of my traveling because I didn't want to be away from you guys. And BMO, she doesn't like to travel.
No, she hates it.
Yeah, she doesn't like to leave certain rooms. Even if I carry her to the basement, sometimes she hits me.
So your perception of marriage was it's different. It changed.
Yeah, I thought it would be different than it is. It's amazing. But something that always makes me laugh, and it comes from like Teen Mom again. Funny enough, Teen Mom OG. They always talk, like a bunch of them are married, and they always say like, "Oh, the first year is the hardest year of marriage." And I think about us, and we're 8 months in, and if this is the hardest year,
Yeah, it's
like,
going pretty good.
it's gonna be a pretty great life.
Yeah, we don't want to like boast.
Jinx it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
jinx it. So yeah, it's going pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it's going really,
I
really
mean,
good.
the hardest part has been the pregnancy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like recently, do you want to talk about what's going on?
Yeah, we can talk about it. So in my family, there's like something that happens in pregnancy. It's called preeclampsia. That it happens to a lot of the females, and then so what it does is it can cause different things, but for in my family, it's caused early delivery, C-sections, and being off work. So actually, we just found out today that I'm having some symptoms of it.
Well,
But
for the past like week,
since
you've
last
been,
Wednesday, I've been
like,
feeling pretty sick.
yeah, and like almost like fainting,
Yes,
having these like
to the
fainting
point where
spells.
JV has to walk behind me when I'm going upstairs and in front of me when I'm going downstairs in case I fall. Because I just lose my footing. It feels like my feet are so skinny, and that if I take a step, I might topple over.
Yeah,
And
so she's been really dizzy, and
Yeah.
and you even had to like on the way to work, you had to like pull over
yeah.
and chill out
it just
for a
gets
bit.
scary. So, and then my blood pressure has been really high, and so they decided today that I'm not going back to work until the baby's born, and then after that I'll be on maternity leave. So, I didn't even get to say goodbye to my kids.
No.
Like, I didn't know I wasn't gonna go back. I didn't know yesterday was my last day. I feel so sad because.
But
like,
because
some of
you
them are
love
gonna-
your job,
Yeah,
right?
I do. I really do. I love being a teacher. I don't think everyone can say that. But I think, oh my gosh, I'm getting teary-eyed. It's embarrassing. But sometimes you're in something and you just know that that's where you're supposed to be. And all I could think about was, like, I didn't get to tell the grade 12s, like, how much fun I've had with them over the last 4 years, and how
Oh yeah, they're gone now.
yeah,
Like they're gonna
how
be
it
gone.
was
The
so
grade 12.
great to watch them grow and change. And
Well, you can be there at track meets, right?
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh,
See
yeah.
how I feel, right? Even my boys, my track boys, like, and there's a couple girls too, but like I didn't get to say goodbye to them, and that's so crummy. Because I want to watch them grow and change and like become who they're gonna be, And I'm sure, so many kids have graduated that were in my program, my track program, and we're still in touch. So I figure, like, even if I'm not there to say goodbye to these guys in their last year, I'm sure they'll still end up coming back to me,
Yeah. But yeah, like I'm keeping an eye on Jane. Like she'll be okay. But it's
Yeah.
just for me when she goes to work, it's just so scary because
Yeah, and you
she's
worry
telling
all
me,
day.
yeah, because she's like fainting and not feeling well,
Yeah.
and she'll text me or call me from work saying she had to sit down for a while. I'm just like,
Slide down. Like I teach phys ed, and I'll like be in the gym, and I'll suddenly have to find a wall and just slide to the ground.
and you have to leave your car at work. I have to come pick you
for
up.
4 days.
So it's just
Had to
stuff
leave
like
my
that.
car, yeah.
Like we're not expecting is just really scary. But
Yeah.
we went to the OBG.
OBGYN. Yeah, we went to the GP first, like the general
Yeah.
practitioner, like my doctor this morning, and then we went to the OB in the afternoon. And
The baby's fine. We heard the heartbeat.
she's good. Her
doing
heartbeat's
great.
strong.
She's
Beating
growing.
up her mommy.
Yeah, so everything's good. But
Yeah, it's
these
just
things are
just me.
yeah,
That's the
we weren't
problem.
expecting. But you're doing like it's going good. I
Yeah.
think you're doing well.
And hopefully, they're hoping by next week my blood pressure comes down if we take away work. So, but we'll see what happens. If it doesn't go down, then the dizziness won't go away.
Man.
I know. And then I think one of the worst things is I can't read properly when I'm dizzy. And so in the live streams, I'm having trouble with the chats.
That's what you're worried about.
just
I'll
like-
read the chat. You play.
And then all I got from the last time was like P. Diddy text so angry at us. You give a shout out to Phantom there twice and me 0. And I'm like, oh, PDD Tech.
Yeah, shout out to PDD Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
it's been scary.
Yeah, it's been scary.
But yeah, that part is probably the I know I'm using air quotes here, the worst part of our first year of marriage.
Yeah.
Like just my health.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to take this time to thank our sponsors over on Patreon. Thank you guys so much. Without our Patrons, we couldn't do stuff like this.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much, and we appreciate it. Our Patreons are growing. If you haven't checked it out, check out our Patreon page. That's where you get early access to shows. You get uncut episodes. You get access to our Discord, polls, a bunch of other cool stuff. So go check it out.
Yeah, you're also supporting the show. Like, that's how we got our second mic so that we could do our podcast.
Yeah. And also to our Twitch subscribers. If you have a Twitch account and you have Amazon Prime, you could sub to us for free, and that helps us out as well.
Every time you say Twitch account, I hear the song, and I want to do the sprinkler.
Oh.
I don't know why I'm obsessed with the sprinkler. It's a dance, guys, for those who don't know.
And we also go live every Wednesday night, Friday night, and Saturday nights.
Yeah.
Saturday night. So if you want to have a chance to actually talk to us, like have a back and forth, come to our live streams. Don't be afraid. All right. So I got a question. Okay. What advice would you give to, I guess, like, people in high school and coming out of high school, or it could be any age, but like trying to find the right job?
Oh, that's not where I thought you were going.
No. I have a few.
If they've never had a job, or are they trying to look for like a career?
They're trying to look for like their perfect job. Like, so if someone.
So job and career are two different things.
Okay, career.
So, a
career. So
a job is like, I'm gonna go get something now until I figure out what I'm gonna do with my life.
Yeah, so a final career. Like if someone asks you, do you love what you do, and then they said yes, like how do you find that? I have a few ideas on how to find it.
It's funny because I've had few jobs that I haven't loved.
Yeah, well, you're a special person. You don't count. You loved working at McDonald's.
I loved it. I loved catering. I loved working at the gym. I loved working at...
Oh my gosh.
I got a job at a shoe store because I was afraid of feet. So I worked there for 6 years because I thought maybe it would help me get over feet.
Your feet stuff? You still don't like feet.
No.
I hate feet too, so it's good. That's why we're together.
I remember in high school, this girl, I got brand new shoes because I love shoes, ironically. I'm afraid of feet. But I got these brand new shoes, and they were Nike, and I had been working for so long, and they were like $200, which was like a lot of money. And this girl was like, oh, can I see those? And she went to touch my foot. And I was like, no! And I pulled my foot away really fast. And then she thought that I thought she was going to steal my shoes.
Oh.
And she got really upset with me. And it was just... I had just panicked because she was reaching out to touch my foot.
But you had a shoe on.
I know, but I still don't like when people touch my... Don't, seriously. Yeah, but
I just pretended I was going to touch it.
Yeah, but I don't like when, like,
people
even in a
feet.
shoe, when people touch my feet.
That had nothing to do with what the question was.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, this is why I worked at a shoe store.
And here's the opposite of hating feet. Bimo freaking loves feet.
She's obsessed with feet, which I think is why she's our cat.
Okay, so I have a few ideas for this.
But let me give mine. Just because I got off topic. Come on. We're married. You know I get off topic. Can you take over Penny Bimo?
Yeah.
Okay, go to Daddy. There you go. Okay, so I think in order to, like, you're not going to find something you love immediately unless you're me. But even I had a tough time, like, starting out teaching. I didn't love what I was doing at first. Like, I taught 6 different classes for a year, and it was awful. There was no, like, I taught 9, 10, 11, 12 English, and then 9 and 11 religion. So it was all the time prepping for 6 different classes. Damn. And I hated that. And I would be at school every day till like 9:30 or 10 at night trying to figure out what I was going to do the next day. So you might not love it at first, but you might grow to really like it and then maybe love it. It's hard because you never start out where you'll eventually be. Well, you usually don't. it just kind of happens that you have to grow in your work. So, okay, now I'll let you go.
Okay, so let me try and word this right.
You have so much time to prepare.
I know. I don't know. You know me. I still get nervous.
You don't know me.
So for me, what I did, I kind of, I don't know if I heard this somewhere or if I made it up myself. I'm just gonna say I made it up myself. So try and find.
Correct you if you're wrong.
Try and find something that you did as a kid when no one else told you to do. Like, so for me, for example, as a kid, I would always like to build stuff. Like I had Lego sets, or I would build stuff out of cardboard or metal pieces I found, or I'd go to Radio Shack and I'd buy batteries and motors and build all different types of things. So as I grew older, I gravitated towards I was an electrician for 9 years. Mm-hmm. So that was like a something just...
It was a gradual bridge.
Yeah, so as a kid I did that, and I became an electrician. I did that for a while, but I wasn't in love with what I was doing. I kind of I liked it, and it was kind of like a noble thing, and it was pretty cool that I got to work with stuff. And your parents were proud
to say you were an electrician.
Yeah, everybody was proud, but the reality of being an electrician is just like grueling, hard labor, like working outside for long hours in the freezing cold.
Your wife as soon as you're home,
and you because you're all dirty, you're breathing in toxic fumes. You could die at any second because you get electrocuted. It's just a really hard job, but I did it for a long time.
Yeah, and you were good at it.
Yeah. So another thing that I did as a kid, I kind of forgot about this. I would play with my parents' camcorder all the time. So I would make movies. I would make action ninja movies with my brother, and I would and my best friend at the time, Shaz. We'd have special effects, and we'd have ninja suits on.
We need a clip.
I don't have it. I might have it, but I gotta look for it. So we'd make ninja movies. It was called Black Ninja 5. We make with my brother. He was a gymnast, so he'd always be the star of the movie, and I'd be the director. So I'd make those.
Black Ninja 5.
Black Ninja 5, yeah. So and we'd do that, and I'd make stop-go animation films. Yeah. So I'd make a set, and I'd have plasticine, and I'd make movies like that. It would take weeks to for maybe 5 minutes of footage, and I'd show my parents. Cool. And I'd also do SNL type skits. Yeah. So I would do all that, and so I loved doing that. That was I loved doing that as a kid, and no one ever told me to do that.
It was just something you did.
It was just something I did. So as I grew older, I was kind of falling out of love with being an electrician. Yeah. And then I always wanted to do YouTube. Like me and my friends would talk about it all the time. Yes. But I was super shy, and I didn't, the story. So I met you, and then it was the perfect fit, and now we're doing this, and I love it. So kind of try and figure out something you did as a kid that no one told you to do.
Can I tell you what I did as a kid, and then you tell me if you think that I'm in the right profession?
Okay, go ahead.
And I'm talking about YouTube here. Okay, so I don't know why I constantly would mimic people and things. So my parents, it was I was making my first communion, so my parents were making me pay super close attention at church. And then I would come home, and I would, and whenever someone came over, I was even my cousins or anything, I'd be like, okay, please come into the living room. And then I would have mass, and I would be the priest, and I would be wearing my robe backwards. I was
wondering, where are you getting at?
And then I would be like, hallelujah.
Your parents must have got so mad.
No, my mom was so proud because she's mega religious, right?
Okay, I thought she'd get mad and blasphemy or something.
Because I had a little Bible that I read from, and I had a homily. It was so, and then I gave out Cheerios as the body of Christ. Cheerios. And I would make them come up, and then I would be like, the body of Christ. And I'd hold it for them, put it in their hand. And then if they didn't say amen, I would call them back. You have to say amen and put it in your mouth in front of me. And then they would do it, and then they'd have to go back, and then I took confessions.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what.
I didn't know this.
Oh my gosh. It came back to me as you started talking about stuff.
Yeah.
And then, so that phase was over. Like, that was probably like 2 or 3 years that I was pretending to be a priest.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found out that girls couldn't be priests. And then I was outraged. And because I had told my mom I wanted to be a priest. And then I got my dad to start bringing me to, it's not a nunnery. It's like where the sisters live, like the nuns live. And then I made friends with a nun. Her name was Sister Joan. And I would go and we'd play Boggle. I'd play Boggle with the nuns.
This has nothing to do with YouTube.
This is coming along. And then, and then I would pretend I was a nun. And I would like do videos that I was a nun. And then Spice Girls came out and I wanted to be a Spice Girl. So then I started interviewing the Spice Girls and I would dress up as an interviewer. I would record questions. I'd have makeup on and everything.
Oh no, then you would.
Yeah, and then I would change into my Spice Girl outfit. And I was like, "Hi, how's it going?"
Oh,
and I would
God.
answer questions.
Do you have these videos?
I do.
Oh wow, we gotta get
They're
them on.
VHS. We gotta figure out how to transfer them.
I'll figure it out.
I think that our viewers deserve to see what an idiot I was. I don't have the religious ones.
Oh, okay. It's just
my
the
mom
Spice
wasn't
Girls.
comfortable with me filming those.
So you used to make films too.
Yeah, and I was, but I had to be the star. Like it was all.
I loved being behind the camera.
Yeah, and I had to be in front. Like, but I also had to direct and
So you
write
did
the
both.
script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I couldn't stop, and I would change locations. Like I would film in the basement. And then I would say, "Oh, we're here on location," and I would like switch it up. And my reporter name was Sally Jacobs. And then I got my neighbor. She was this girl that lived down the street. She also had blonde hair. And then we started a fake band called the Blondies, and we would do music videos in the backyard.
So
but we would just like play a song.
Yeah.
And then you had to have all the words memorized, and then you would be dancing to it. And miming the words, and then afterwards,
just one shot,
just
one steady.
There were many cartwheels, and
when I would do it, I would try and mimic Power Rangers, that show.
Yeah.
So I would get different angles, and I'd get my brother would do a flip, and I'd get the up angle, so it looked. You were
good. You were a cinematographer.
Yeah, I had the whole thing.
Oh no, I was all about me. I put the tripod up
and
went to town.
Everyone watching, just like.
Yeah, this is the worst. Yeah, I even had a move where I would make like I pressed an elevator button and I would go down. It was like right in front of the camera, but I could never make it all the way down.
So you can
last
see.
second, you would just see me like fall and then crawl away and then jump back into the shot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was really bad.
So that makes sense. So do something that no one told you to do.
Yeah.
Like when you were a kid, kind of gravitate towards that.
There was nothing that I did that wasn't like being in front of the camera. Like this was my dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's happening.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And dream career. Like, what was your dream career?
My dream career. I thought
we've talked
for the
about
longest time, for me it was become an electrician and then try to get into like the Canadian space program electricians, like try and work in that building and then be around stuff that goes to space, because I knew I didn't know. I didn't really try to be an astronaut. Like that would have been awesome, just to be able to go to space.
Yeah.
Because I'm a huge nerd and I love all that stuff. I love Star Trek and all that. So, I kind of figured my parents, like I didn't really go to university. I couldn't really, you have to go to university, join the military, and do all this stuff to be a scientist and get degrees and engineers,
aerospace engineers.
All this, I looked it up. It was I chose the wrong path in high school, so you have to start.
At 14 years old, you didn't make the right decision, so it was out.
I figured I'd work my way into to work on something that went to space, which is like maybe the next best thing. But when we went to Washington.
Yeah.
We went to NASA, like one of the buildings out there, and I was just like, and I looked at the job list, and I was just like, I don't know if this is what I want to do. It wasn't that spectacular. I thought it would be this like magical place but it was just kind of like the same stuff I was doing.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I gotta figure something else out.
Yeah.
And like, what are my other passions? And then YouTube came into play, and then I tried to figure out.
And DC was like just hi baby Bemo's back for the 4th time, guys. But that was just before we started getting serious about YouTube too.
Was it?
It was DC was like our final trip when we met up with Nabavi. That's my boy from DC. But we met up with Nabavi, and then after that was when we started to kind of like get more into YouTube.
Yeah, I don't think we were vlogging back then.
No, because we would have vlogged that whole trip would have been epic.
So we started vlogging
shortly after that.
Yeah, and then like 3 or 4 months we vlogged. We didn't really get any traction because it's hard to get traction as a vlogger.
People did not care about us.
Yeah, when you're just nobody. So then we started doing reactions. Yeah. And we did reactions and vlogs.
Our first reaction videos are so bad. Yeah. They're like hilarious to watch. The camera's right here,
in our face, like so
and
close.
We're looking up at the TV. It's so bad. It's like incredible to watch because it's so terrible. And then we didn't have lights, so we used to put the laptop right in front of the condo like window, and then the light would be hitting us. I gotta say though, that lighting was impeccable.
Yeah, sometimes it was really good because of the sunlight.
I was like, wow, look at that.
Yeah, so that's my advice on jobs and stuff. I guess I had a bunch of odd jobs growing up too.
No, that was your dream job was that, and now you're living your dream job, right?
Yes, now I'm living my dream job.
So, do you remember my dream job?
Yeah, yours was like at a football game in between, they'll like interview so what did you do out there?
Right,
what do you think?
Game, yeah.
And they're just like, I'm just going to try harder. Next time we're going to get the team together. We're going to work a little better.
Yeah, I really wanted to be a sports reporter at the end of games and like just interviewing players or even behind the desk as I got older. You know, like that was sort of my dream. And then 2 people I went to school with, like Colin and Kayla, are both kind of doing that. Like, Colin's a news anchor, and Kayla's doing sports and other things. But I watch them, and I'm like, man, like it's so great that they did that. And then we're doing this different avenue, and I think I like this better.
Because I like this because we're in charge. There's no teleprompters, no telling us what to do, what to say. We can do anything we want. Like we have our own platform.
And you're not going to fire me.
No.
And I'm not going to fire you. No. And even if I start to look older, I'm not going to be taken out of this position.
Yeah, like to hire the next
like you
girl.
Kind of have a shelf life.
Yeah, you're gone, Jane. BMO, you're up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it's different with men. Like I think like men get to stay on a bit longer. Like even if they look seasoned, they get a little salt and pepper in their hair and they still look good.
But that's the whole thing I hated about my job because I would work for different bosses.
Yeah, and you always had to prove yourself constantly.
Yeah, I'd have to prove myself, and they were jerks because in a trade, it's a different type of boss.
Happy Halloween, jerk! So it's an office joke for those who don't know.
In trade, it's a different type of boss. It's not this like nice office environment where they can't really do things. In a trade, they can just like tell you at any second.
Out of here.
So I like this because we're our own boss. There's no one telling us what to do. But it is a lot of work, but it's nothing compared to what I used to do.
No. And you enjoy it, right?
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's really cool. So yeah, find something that you enjoy. And also, I did it as a side hustle for a long time. Like I worked all day as an electrician.
Yeah, and then you would come home and edit videos.
I would come home and edit. So I'd get up at 6 a.m., work all day, come home at like maybe 5 or 6, go straight to the gym, eat dinner, and then edit from like 7 to 11. Yeah. Every day.
And that was back when sometimes we would both edit. Like we would.
Yeah, I taught Jane how to edit too.
That was when, some of the videos maybe weren't edited as well.
No, you did a good job. But
there's one that I'm proud of that I did it all myself. And
Bermuda. Right?
The Bermuda vlog. Yeah, if you guys have time, check that out because it was so hard for me because I wanted to keep everything and I just kept cutting stuff and like making it shorter. And I think it was called, what is it, Bermuda Vlog 2 or something about a hurricane?
Something like that. Yeah, it's on our vlog channel.
Yeah.
Check it out. And yeah, so.
But you were right. You told me that when you edit a video and you're in the end, you did every part of it, and then you watch it and you see people enjoy it. You just feel so proud.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah, and then I know my mom watched the Bermuda one, and she was like, "Oh, it's so great!" And it was like she never really compliments our videos too much. You know, she's again, Irish people, they keep their compliments in holding it in tight.
Yeah.
But she was vocal about that one because she was in it. And I felt so proud, and then you told me I did a good job, and you rubbed my back, and I always know that you mean it when you're like, hey, you did good, and you like give me a little rub.
Yeah, on your back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're gonna try and find like your dream career, just your passion. Don't just quit your job and do it. Kind of try it out.
JV balanced both for over a year.
Yeah.
Before we could finally afford to have him.
Make the transition to a full-time YouTuber.
And that was August 17th, 2017, so 2 days before we got married.
Pretty recently.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, that was like 8 months ago, right?
Yeah. Well, JV, Phantom Ferric and PJ Tech Girls, and even Pepe's, I was teasing you about the wedding vlog.
The wedding vlog. Oh, God.
Yeah, and so, since he went full-time, that's since he stopped editing vlogs.
So many reactions, guys. I'm swarmed.
The people want vlogs, JV.
I know. We're gonna this summer we're gonna do a lot more vlogs.
Yeah, once we have our baby girl.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the stabilizer for the camera and make really cinematic music video style vlogs. I'm gonna try that for a while, see how that works out. But yeah, go after your passion, try stuff, and see guys, where it goes.
If you have suggestions for things that you want us to talk about in the podcast, you can leave them in the comment section on YouTube, or you can hit us up on one of the live streams, or anything really. Like, there's so many ways to contact us.
Yeah, Instagram is huge, guys. Go to our Instagram.
We have
leave
56,000 subscribers on YouTube and 2,000 subscribers on Instagram. So if you message us on Instagram, we're far more likely to get that message.
Yeah,
But we will look out for it on the YouTube podcast 3. Or podcast 1 or 2.
Yeah, for sure. So
we did not get to the question that was asked about for us in the live stream, but I think we should save it for.
All right, yeah, we'll save it, and I'll talk about next time. I'll talk about my failures, and before getting to this point, with like jobs and trying stuff, because I tried a few things before I was successful. Right.
I haven't.
Oh, I mean, in terms of
I'm sort of just kind of.
In terms of YouTube, I've tried.
Okay, yes.
In terms of YouTube, I tried a bunch of stuff.
YouTube,
yeah. We'll talk about it next time.
Remember my original vlog?
Yeah. We'll talk about it next time. But I don't want to make people think like we tried something and it just worked automatically.
No,
we tried a bunch of
trial and
and you can't.
I thought you meant for careers, and I was like,
no.
I just kind of like.
No, not that. You kind of, you can't be afraid to fail, because then you just learn something new. But yeah, we'll get into that next time.
Yeah, it's like in Young Justice, we're like the
light. Yeah. Every time they fail.
Failure, we're like, yes, we learned this.
Exactly. Yeah. It's kind of a good lesson.
Come on, that was a good. That was a nerd reference for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Dap?
Yeah,
thanks.
You're learning. Go to your iTunes, guys. This is super important. Go to iTunes, leave a comment, leave a rating, a high rating for us.
What if you don't have iTunes?
Then go to your Android, any podcast app, leave a rating, leave a 5-star rating, subscribe to us. And if you don't have that, go to SoundCloud. Mm-hmm. That counts too. So go to SoundCloud, listen to us there, download the episode, follow us on SoundCloud, click that follow button, and leave a rating there too.
And guys, share it with your friends, because I think that this could give you guys something to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Sharing is big. Yeah,
sharing is caring.
Yeah, and on SoundCloud there's a share button. You can share it on you can share it on your social media or your Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
You can follow us on Facebook too if you want. That's still a thing, right?
Yeah, we're still doing that.
All right, guys. That's episode 3 of the podcast. Expect it every Thursday. I'm going to try and drop it in the mornings, but we'll see how that goes. Every Thursday morning, check it out. And it goes on YouTube on the weekends.
Whenever JV has time to edit that video.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing. Catch you next one. We're out of here. Peace.
If you like that video and you want to see more, go ahead and click that square button.
And if you want to subscribe, click that circle button.
Thanks for being part of Team Go.